FOJ 81. What's up, Jason?
Jeff, how are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good. Short week this week, but yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, we just talked like not too long ago, and I wasn't sure if we had enough to talk about, but apparently we do.
Well, Chicago sports never lets us down.
Yeah, we're definitely going to talk Bears yes, injuries.
In terms of conversation, they let us down results-wise all the time.
Come on, man, we got to be positive.
That's true.
The Bears are on the upswing. Technically, it's too early for it to have gone sideways already. The Cubs are winning. The Sox are winning. The Blackhawks brought back Patrick Kane. I don't know what the Bulls have done, but I guess the guy they drafted by all of your reports seems to like he might be pretty decent.
Yes.
So come on, we're doing all right. Lewandowski is with the Chicago Fire.
Yes. Yeah.
Come on, man. No, it's an embarrassment of riches.
No, things are good. The new sheriffs are in town for what seems like all teams, and I think Chicago's sports as a whole are in good hands.
All right. See, there we go. I'm not sure where we want to start this week. We've got a bunch of stuff. I'm going to start off with trivia for you because you're going to hit me with trivia later.
Okay.
I'm a gadget guy. I think that is well known.
Yes.
A little bit of a Batman, meets Iron Man meets, your average dork who likes technology and toys and things like that. Is that fair?
That's very fair.
Yeah. Big old nerd, basically, for people. I have invested in a gadget that I've had my eye on for several years and finally pulled the trigger this last week. And it's sitting in the room next to me, waiting for me to set up. Probably get to it tomorrow. You have any idea what I might be talking about?
Does it have something to do with the virtual reality?
Nope.
Because I know we talked about that. Is it a video game of some sort?
No. That's another good guess.
Okay. But it needs to be set up.
It needs to be set up.
Okay.
And I will be using it to create things.
Oh, did you get a new camera?
No. It's another good guess, given all the podcast stuff I do, but no.
Ooh. Using it to create things. Oh, did you get a new computer?
No. I have the latest and greatest already there for Mac.
Okay. Did you get like a sound mixer type thing?
I already got it. I'm staring at it right now. My Rodecaster Pro 2 is sitting in front of me. My Rodecaster Video is sitting in front of me, so I can go from camera 1 to camera 2, camera 3 if I wanted to. But no, neither of those things. I've had those for a little bit now.
Did you get a Beastie Boys style turntable or what?
Ooh, that would be cool, but no. I think I have two musical instruments in my office. What is this? A Mini Lab 3 from Arturia, and then a Yamaha Strat-looking guitar that I can't play.
Did you get a set of drums?
No, it's not a musical instrument.
Okay.
And the things that I'd be creating will be in physical space.
Oh, yes. You got a 3D printer.
You got it. Ding, 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 ding.
Nice.
Finally, I decided. I've been looking at these for a long time. I was like, oh, that looks really cool. It's not really practical. Like, what would I do with it? And then I was at conference earlier this year, and one of the fans of my other show actually 3D printed our logo and dropped off a bunch of them at our table for us, like a dozen of them. They look like giant poker chips, and it's our logo. I was like, oh, that's really cool. So we started to have some ideas around it. And so my Bamboo X2D 3D printer just arrived today via FedEx, and I'm expecting shipments of filament and other printing supplies over the next few days. And I'm about to embark on the wonderful world of 3D printing.
What do you plan on using this for? What do you plan to print? What do you plan to create?
Excellent question. I have a few different ideas. I'm trying to figure out what my first print will be. And I think there's this thing called Benchy, which is kind of like what everyone prints first, just to make sure the printer is working okay. And it's basically like a tiny little boat. Nothing fancy. It's just kind of like, hey, I did it. And it's a quick print, blah, blah, blah. I'm actually thinking of some organization things for my desk and for my mixers to put them on, like little like angled platforms and things like that.
Yeah.
So they're a little more ergonomic, things like that.
Sure.
My darling wife is already thinking about things that she would do either in the garage for all of her tools and her gardening stuff and etc. So I think it's probably going to be like just a bunch of like little stuff that's like, there isn't a solution for that, but there are like 3D printed things that people use to solve those tiny little problems. And then as they get better at it, maybe thinking about other larger projects, right? Things like that. Because you can snap these things together and it's come a long way from kind of the early days. So I'm kind of excited to test it out and see where we're at.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. You have always been a gadget guy, and I'll go all the way back. I think you were the first person I knew, or one of the first people I knew to own a pager way back in the day.
Yeah, that's probably right. Shout out to Chad. He and I both had pagers.
Yes,
I had a cell phone for very, very, very long. Actually, my dad took me to get a cell phone when I graduated high school, I think it was. So
okay,
I've had it for Cellular One in Romeoville. That's where I went to get it. That's how far back that goes. That's why I still have a 630 number for my cell phone. So before that, I actually had a 312 number.
I have a 630 phone number for my cell phone, and it was also Cellular One. But my very first cell phone was bought from Radio Shack.
What'd you have?
Oh my God, I'm trying to remember who made it. I think Motorola made it.
Yeah, Motorola made like everything. It was Motorola and Nokia, I think. Or maybe Ericsson.
You know what? I think it was a Nokia now that I think about it. And I had it for a while, but I lost it that fateful night we went to go get the Doberman Road.
I remember that.
Sign.
Yeah. I mean,
lost it.
Allegedly.
Yeah, well, it disappeared that night, and who knows? It could still be in that guy's farm somewhere. In all those corn stalks that we hid in when there was a drive-by.
Yeah, what I'm saying is allegedly a street sign went missing, and coincidentally, your phone may have been lost in the general area of it.
Yeah, roughly 1 o'clock in the morning on a Friday or Saturday evening.
Right. Yes. Allegedly.
Yeah, supposedly. But that may have happened. But Cellular One was also my first, and then they became AT&T, and I've had AT&T ever since.
Was Cellular One AT&T? I thought it was. Didn't T-Mobile buy them?
No, AT&T bought Cellular One, and I think AT&T and T-Mobile aren't they affiliated?
They're competitors
from now. Yeah.
No, they're competitors.
So
yeah. Okay. Well, I stand corrected.
But yeah, hey, from pager to 3D printer, you've come a long way.
Yeah, I am my father's son. That is for sure. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. I'm trying to think about what else to print. Looking for ideas. So maybe there'll be some Chicago Bears stuff. I don't know.
There you go.
The universe is wide open now. There's so many little things that I can think of right now.
Well, to all 20 of our listeners, submit your comments and ideas for 3D printing to Jeff.
Yeah. If you've got a 3D printer and you've got tips and tricks, I've been watching nothing but YouTube videos for like the last week since I made the order, trying to catch up on it and make sure that I hit the ground running.
Yeah. No, I'm sure you'll come up with some cool stuff. I thought I read somewhere that people are actually printing 3D printed food. Have you heard that? Look into that.
I don't know if it's. Yeah, I think I understand the concept of it, but I don't think it's like a machine that's doing it necessarily.
Yeah,
maybe it is. I don't know.
It's I guess it's a certain obviously thing you feed the printer that's edible.
Yeah, a food printer. I could see that.
Yeah, and I think that is out there.
That might be a good question to ask FOJ AI and see what it thinks. If is there such a thing as a 3D food printer? And while it's thinking of that, it's got the same personality. I have to still figure it out. But it should be smarter now.
Boy, it must be thinking hard.
Confirmed, sir. Food printers are very much real. Food 3D printers do actually exist, and edible 3D printing is becoming more popular for both professionals and personal use. Chocolate seems to be the star application, with one UK manufacturer, Chalk Edge, widely recognized as the originators of commercial-grade 3D printed chocolate. So no, your bamboo lab won't be extruding filament made of Cheetos, but somewhere out there a machine is squeezing out chocolate sculptures, and that feels like the correct division of labor.
All right, stand corrected. Thanks, FOJ AI.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I can see that because chocolate you can melt, right, and use to harden.
Yeah, if it's going to make something really intricate and some kind of chocolate statue of some sort, or decorative type thing. Yeah, I think a 3D printer would be very helpful with something like that.
All right, now here's a question for you before we get wrapped up in everything. If you could 3D print any food, what would you print?
Probably a pizza.
Okay. What would be on that pizza? We got to build it. You got to build the base. Remember, when these print, you have to go from the ground up, essentially.
Well, obviously dough, good pizza sauce, good heavy mozzarella, and honestly, I'm pretty easy. I'm a sausage and pepperoni guy.
What kind of dough? Thin crust, thick crust, deep dish, pan, Detroit, round, square. Come on, Jay. The world is your oyster.
I would go Chicago-style deep dish, personally.
Okay.
When I was growing up, for those of you who still live around here, Connie's Pizza was like my thing. And we'd go there, I don't know, once a month or something like that with my family. It was Connie's Pizza in Naperville, and I believe it's still there. But, man, their deep dish pizza was just awesome. And, that was my all-time favorite. Still is my all-time favorite pizza I've ever had.
They're not around anymore, right?
I know you can buy it in the store. Obviously, it's not the same. I don't know if the Connie's is still there or not. I know the one in the city is still around, in Chicago. But I don't know I thought the one in Naperville is still there. Maybe it's not.
Let's see. According to the internet, there's McCormick Place, Midway, on Archer Avenue, Downers Grove. That's the one I used to go to. I think that's the one on
oh yeah,
Lamont or whatever. Niles, and that's it. So they're only down to a handful of stores.
The one in Naperville is out of business.
Yeah, Connie's was pretty good. We never really went there that often. I think because we had 5 boys in the house, it was more like, what can we get cheap? And Little Caesars Pizza.
Yeah, Little Caesars.
That we would go to.
They had the 2-for-1, right?
Yep. So you'd get the double pizza with in the sleeve of paper.
Yeah, the Downers Grove Connie's, I believe, is where we had our wedding rehearsal dinner.
Yeah, I think so. That does sound familiar.
Yes.
All right. So you're going to 3D print a pizza.
I would 3D print a pizza. How about you? What would you do?
Oh man, so many choices. I feel like dessert's a good place. I am intrigued by the chocolate one. I'm gonna go with something desserty though, like a chocolate ice cream brownie fudge dessert type thing.
Ooh,
that is just layers and layers of diabetes. Then it comes with a side of Wegovy or Manjaro or whatever you need to get back on your feet afterwards.
Make me something that will put me in the hospital.
Yeah, exactly. I want it to hurt so good.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Well, I will let you know what I end up going with here, but hopefully by this time next week, I'll have a successful first 3D print and we can follow my adventures along.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, looking forward to that.
Speaking of 3D printing, how about those bears?
Yeah.
How's that for a segue?
Can we 3D print a medical tent or
splints?
Yeah, splints, casts,
crutches,
all of it. Yeah, apparently they need more golf carts to cart people away. It's ugly, man.
Yeah. Is it easier to name the healthy players that are still left or go through the injury list?
Well, I don't know what your list has. My list has 14 guys.
All right, let's go with your list.
Some are significant. Most of them are, I think, fairly significant. I mean, there's a couple of backups on here, but I mean, I just read roughly half an hour before we went on the air here. Luther Burden's out for the entire preseason.
I did see that. Some
Might
groin injury thing where he got wrapped up with, was it Tyreek Stevenson?
Yeah, might be a little precautionary, but I mean, it's a groin, so
Yep.
you know, it's a thing. But
take all the precautions you need, man.
yeah, he's out a month. We all know Coby Bryant's out for 8 to 10 weeks, probably till week 5. But now his backup, Cam Lewis, went out with a pretty serious leg injury, and there's no time frame for him either.
Man, it's like a mash unit.
Yeah, so he's out. I guess, what is it? Shemar Turner, defensive lineman's coming back from an ACL, so he's still working his way back. We still don't know an ETA for Kyler Gordon.
Yep.
What is his deal? I can't remember.
He had some sort of calf issue, I think it was.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what the exact thing was, but I can see where that might be an issue if it was like a torn calf muscle or something. He just keeps re-aggravating it.
Yeah,
I don't know what the issue is.
Yeah, if you're running backwards trying to cover and all that, yeah, I think a calf muscle would be a big deal.
Yeah. And it's one of those things, I think, where it's like you can feel better and then you make a move and it's like it goes again.
Yeah, almost like a Charlie horse.
Yeah. I mean, look, as a fellow athlete myself, right? And my story earlier this year of, tearing my calf muscle chasing my dog up the mountain. I get it. Like it comes out of nowhere. You feel fine, and then you make a sudden move, or you angle it wrong as you're, walking around in different inclines or whatever, and it goes again. It's happened already twice since then.
Well, I know you can still cut with the best of them, so I
right.
totally understand.
I can cut my deep dish pizza with the best of them. That's about it these days.
That's right. So, Montez Sweat's on this list, but I think I read on Twitter that that's more of a veteran. Hey, we need you to stay healthy. Not a big deal. He's going to be fine. A guy by the name of Dallas Flowers. Do you know who that is?
No.
I don't either. But apparently he's got a serious leg injury with no ETA. We all know Ozzie Trapillo, not expected until midseason, if at all, with the knee. Noah Sewell, linebacker, has an Achilles problem. He's got no ETA. I already talked about Coby Bryant. Tyreek Stevenson is day-to-day. Braxton Jones is day-to-day. Elijah Hicks is day-to-day. Kyle Monangai is day-to-day. And just this morning, you can add rookie Xavier Thomas, no ETA with a knee injury. Yeah.
Like, what's going on? Is this, training off season because it's still so early? Is it coaching? Like getting them up to speed too quickly? Like, what do you think is going on here?
I'll tell you what, I've seen some videos and some reels on the internet of, football. And I mean, it's pretty full contact. And if you notice, a lot of these guys are either defensive backs or skill players on offense. And I know that there's been a lot of, pretty tight one-on-one coverage. The offense is, last year, the defense was way ahead of the offense. Apparently that is nowhere near the case this year. And, you got guys on defense really trying to make an impression, and they're just getting beat left and right by Loveland, by Burden, by even, by Adunze and all that. And, yeah, I mean, I'm sure that, defensive guys are trying to play catch up, and, they're getting more mixed up than caught up, and it's just not good. And then, obviously you got Burden out now for a week or for a month, I should say. And I've often wondered how much they take injuries into consideration when they run training camp, because obviously you have to practice, and you have to practice pretty much at full speed, or you really don't know what you have, but you do run the risk of getting your guys hurt. I mean, the quarterback is really the only no-touch guy. Man,
this is so typical, right?
I know.
Team's finally in the upswing, and what do we say? Like, let's hope not for injuries, because that's really the kind of the big thing to fight against. And man, it's just not a good start.
Well, what I don't know is this common across the league. I'm sure
every team deals with it, right?
Yeah. It's just a matter of when. Does it hit you in the middle of the season? Does it hit you before the playoffs? Does it hit you in the preseason heading into week one? It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Yeah.
Like, I guess today, out in Raiders practice, I guess Kirk Cousins and what's his face, Maxx Crosby got into it because Crosby actually hit him. And Cousins got all pissed off, and actually the coaches threw both the guys off the field and suspended them for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I get it. Players are playing hard, but still, those are the two players on that team that they could probably least afford to lose. Kirk Cousins, he's not starting, I'm assuming, with the guy they drafted to be their number one, but
yeah,
you definitely don't want to see your veteran quarterback who might end up starting anyway, and your number one player on defense.
Yeah, right, exactly. Knowing Maxx Crosby, he was probably like, whatever.
Yeah, he's like, welcome to the NFL.
yeah, he's like, I don't freaking care.
Yeah. Pacheco got hurt too. I think he's got like a sprained MCL.
Yeah.
Jalen Waddle's hurt. I'm just scrolling through the list here of names. Ricky Pearsall, but we already talked about him, I think, a couple weeks ago.
Well, it also makes you wonder. It's like, obviously there's an off-season training program to keep these guys healthy and in shape and stuff, but they're not governed all year long, Yeah. So I think a lot of it, is still on the players to stay in shape and stay healthy and all that kind of thing. And, maybe when some guys don't do that, they become susceptible to injury, and maybe sometimes that's what happens. I don't know.
Yeah. Here's the list of everybody who's on the NFL injury report to start as of, as of today, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes, Michael Penix, Chris Rodriguez Jr., Jacksonville running back, Zach Charbonnet, Seattle, Josh Jacobs, Isaiah Pacheco. Those are all running backs. Wide receivers, you got Mike Evans, Jalen Waddle, Luther Burden, Devonta Smith, Zay Flowers, Malik Neighbors, Josh Jones, Alec Pierce, Ricky Pearsall. Let me scroll here because I need more names. But these guys I've never heard of. Tucker Kraft, tight end, George Kittle, although he might actually get activated pretty soon, which would be a good story for the 49ers.
Yeah, that'd be huge for them.
Yeah. So apparently that's just the offense that this Yahoo article has, but I guess
that's a lot because training camp's
a week old,
and a half old, if that. So, but hey, it's exciting. We got Bears football on Saturday, 1:00.
Yeah, for some reason I thought it was last week, and you are absolutely right. It is Saturday.
Yeah.
Any predictions?
I just want Caleb to stay healthy.
Right. Do you think he sees the field?
Yes.
One drive?
I'll bet you he plays more than that. I'll bet you he plays 2 drives, if not the entire first quarter.
Really?
Well, no, I'm sorry. I'll bet you he plays 2 drives because I'm trying to think of what he did last year. He played pretty far into the first quarter last year, but that was also their first year in the offense.
Mm-hmm.
I think this year you obviously get to see more execution in practice. Caleb knows the offense more, so he probably doesn't need to show it in a game. I think you're going to see a lot of Tyson Bagent, obviously. And then what's his name? Case Keenum. And didn't they pick up a quarterback from USC that what the hell? What was his name? Somebody I don't know. He played for USC, then he transferred. They signed him as a free agent. Was it Miller Moss? Is that his name?
I don't know. I'm looking to try and find an actual roster.
But a Bears depth chart at quarterback.
Yeah, Miller Moss.
Yeah,
out of Louisville.
He played. He went to Louisville for his senior year, and he was at USC before that. So you'll probably see a lot of those guys.
Well, that's what training camp is for.
Yeah, right. And I think I don't think Moss is the one who sticks, but he's obviously planning to put tape on and catch on somewhere else. So
yeah. Well, I would be surprised if Caleb plays more than one drive, just knowing how the injuries have already gone this year.
Yeah.
And not wanting to risk it.
Yeah, I think it also depends a lot on what offensive linemen play. I don't see Joe Thuney seeing a down the entire preseason. Doesn't need it. And I would almost say the same thing for Jonah Jackson and Darnell Wright on the other side. They don't need this. Speaking of Darnell Wright, he got paid.
Yeah, he did. He's the the Bears' highest paid right tackle ever or something like that?
Yeah, highest paid right tackle in NFL history.
I'm looking at his salary for this year, and he jumps out like a sore thumb on all the other salaries. $22 million and $22.5 million essentially for this year. Thuney is at 16. Jonah Jackson's at 16. And then you've got Kieran Amagage at 1.3. Who else? Braxton Jones is at 5. So they've definitely spent money on the middle of the line.
Yeah. And then what? Who's the other guy? Bradbury. He's the center, and then they drafted Logan Jones, who's on a rookie deal.
Yeah, Garrett Bradbury's at $4.7 million.
Okay.
And then you got two rookies behind him.
You've got, let's see, so you have $54 million invested in 3 offensive linemen.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, more than that, I think. 22
and
16
32.
and 16. So
16. Yeah. 16, 16, 32, 22, 54.
Yep.
Ooh.
A lot of money.
I'll
take it, though. That's what we want.
Oh,
as long as it's good spend.
Yeah, no, I think they should be very happy with those 3.
Are any of those players overpaid?
No, I don't think so. Do you?
No, I don't think so either. What a weird thing to say as a Chicago Bear fan.
I know, but they cut Caleb Williams' sacks by 2/3 last year, essentially. And I know a lot of that's on him too, but I'm sorry, you have to pay money to protect your franchise.
Especially when your franchise quarterback salary is $4.4 million.
Right.
He's a bargain right now.
Yeah, because he's got 1 more year on the deal, and then he's got the 5th year option, and then it's to the moon.
Yep. Then we're really screwed.
Yeah, because at that point, you can't afford guys like Joe Thuney and Jonah Jackson, most likely. I mean, they're getting older anyway, but I think next year's draft, you better definitely address your offensive line and get some guys that are ready to take over. Because I don't think you'll find guys that you'll be able to pay in free agency either. If you're paying Caleb, he's going to make what? 50, 60?
Yeah, by then, I think what's the top one right now? It's like 55 million, something like that.
Something like that. What is it? It's either, I know Prescott makes a ton. I know, obviously, Mahomes makes a lot of money.
Mahomes makes $64 million a year.
Okay, well, yeah.
So in 2 years, is it 2 years or 3 years that you said that Caleb's contract
He's in his 3rd year now. They have, so he's got the 4th year under the rookie deal. The Bears hold the 5th year option. So he hits free agency after year 5.
So he's got 3 more seasons with the Bears, basically.
Essentially, yes.
And in 3 years, I'll bet you we're at $80 million a year.
Could be. And I don't think, I don't know if this will happen, but, would the Bears extend him early? Trying to not have to pay that big of an average annual value.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they would do it next year, but they might waive the 5th year option to see if they could get him a little cheaper long term.
And for Caleb, do you take that deal? Do you take a $60 million a year, extension, knowing that Mahomes just got $64 million this year? Not, he didn't just get it, but he's still getting paid 64. I think some of the recent ones I'm looking at, like Mahomes has far and away the largest contract value, $504 million, almost $505 million, and second place is Josh Allen with $330 million.
Okay,
so I think we're looking at. It wouldn't surprise me if we see NFL quarterback total contract values in a couple of years with this new crop coming out. That'll be like $750.
Making Shohei money.
Yeah. Start doing deferred contracts.
Yeah, right. That's a good question. If I'm Caleb, do I take that? That's a good question. Because I'll tell you what, he right now, and I'm not saying talent wise, I'm not saying, he's good, that good, but it seems to me like he's becoming one of the faces of the NFL. He may already be there.
I mean, he's the Madden cover.
He's the Madden cover. The Bears are on national TV a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They play primetime games because people like this guy. People like to watch him play. He's exciting to watch play. As frustrating as he can be sometimes, we talk about it. He does the extreme unbelievably well.
Yeah.
So, and the Bears, I think, are going to have to pay for that at some point. So, I don't know. I mean, does ego take over and be like, hey, I'm the guy. You make me the highest paid player in football. And say the Bears take another step and maybe even get to the Super Bowl this year in his third year or in his fourth year. Does that get him more money? Probably.
Yeah. If you make the Super Bowl, I think it hasn't happened for so long.
Yeah.
I mean, the fans and everybody listening is like, pay whatever you need to do to keep him here.
Yeah. Oh God. If he won a Super Bowl and before that rookie contract expired, oh man. Yeah. It'd be an open checkbook.
Mm-hmm.
And you tell the Bears, hey, you pay me everything and figure it out. I mean, obviously in that time, the cap's going to go up a little bit too, but he's going to, oh God, I don't know what a quarterback's, Mahomes' salary's got to be what? 20-25% of the cap, right? I don't know what the cap is.
I'm looking at it right now, actually. This is a perfect segue. Mahomes signed a contract extension this year, an 8-year extension in 2026. Technically, he's under contract until he's 38 years old, 2033.
That's fair.
I mean, he's got some, there's like a voided year, I think that's already been added. I'm just looking at Spot Track right now. But his cap number this year is 11.51%. 34 million.
What is the cap number?
I don't know what the cap number is, but it's friendly this year. Next year, it jumps to almost 28%.
Oh, okay.
Of that team cap number.
Sure. One player. Make almost 30%. One player makes almost a third of the cap on that team.
This year, Joe Burrow is the highest right now. He's at 24.5% of the cap.
Wow.
Dak Prescott's at 23.5%. Justin Herbert's right there. Lamar Jackson's right there. Jalen Hurts. Those are the top 5 of the cap number for this year.
That's so weird, though. Joe Burrow hasn't won a damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Herbert hasn't won a damn thing.
Yeah. Dak Prescott hasn't won a damn thing.
Hasn't won a damn thing.
Same thing for Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, you got one guy on that list, Jalen.
And everybody hates him.
Right.
Everybody thinks he's overpaid.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's the only one who's got Super Bowls.
He's the only guy who's won a Super Bowl on that list.
Yeah.
So
I don't get it. I don't get NFL contracts. Because I don't know how they're going to. The Mahomes contract makes no sense. 8 years starting now, coming off of an ACL injury.
Right.
He's already 31.
Well,
that's a lot of risk, man.
Yeah, I mean, we know quarterbacks can go for a while as long as they're protected.
Yeah, but still, to come off an ACL and give him an 8-year deal.
Yeah. No, and they tell you never pay for past performance in sports. Right. You cannot pay based on what a guy's already done. You're paying for what you think a guy is going to do. And if they think that he's going to be the guy for that long, hey, so be it, man.
Yeah. Well, they better surround him with other players. I mean, his base salary this year is only $1.3 million. Next year, it jumps to 27.
Sure. Well, I know I knew there was a restructure for him that allowed them to, I don't know what they did with it, but they were saying how it gave them some more cap room. I mean, hey, they did bring in Justin Fields, and that's going to cost an arm and a
Yeah. Yeah, 8 years, $505 million. And he got a guaranteed $150 million at the signing. Could make up to $522 million over the course of this, but Man, that is a lot of money. That's like,
I was
what,
never
7 or
big-
8 Shohei at-bats?
Yeah, right. I was never a huge Mahomes guy. I feel like Mahomes he's like LeBron to me. I'm not the biggest fan, but you got to respect the guy's career. He's a pretty darn good football player.
He is pretty good.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, that's the NFL breakdown on Patrick Mahomes. Ridiculous contract.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he's pretty
so
damn
if
good.
Caleb gets something similar, I mean, he could absolutely handcuff the Bears.
Oh, he totally could. Yeah, because what if he holds out?
Right. He could holds out. What if he takes up, 30% of the cap and he can't surround himself with enough, good players to continue to be good? Like there's so many ways this can go wrong.
Yeah. And what we don't know is what does he make off the field?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what
off-field endorsements are.
Yeah, I don't know either. Because at some point is he a kind of guy who says, "Hey, look, I don't need the max. Just pay me what's fair and leave some room to sign other guys on the team to help us win." Or is he, "Hey, I'm the guy. Pay me like I'm the guy."
Yeah,
I don't know.
See. He's partnered with Nike, Beats by Dre, Athletic Brewing Company, AT&T, Dr. Teal's, PlayStation, Electronic Arts with the Madden stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's
That's
made a lot of money.
good,
he made $10 million in college just through NIL deals.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good portfolio going.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he delivers and continues to deliver it, and hopefully we're glad to pay him.
Yeah. I was going to say, hopefully we're happily having this debate in a couple of years and not get rid of this freaking guy and have to start all over again.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, hey, Bears football this Saturday. I'm excited.
Yep, and I signed up for NFL Sunday Ticket last week, thinking that it was time for the Bears. I'm a week ahead of time. Did watch part of the Hall of Fame game with was it Carolina and Arizona? I watched, I think, part of the first half, and I was like, all right, this is kind of shitty football, and then went to bed. Apparently, I missed an exciting end. I still don't know what happened, but I guess something happened.
Yeah, I don't know. I know what Carolina won. What was it, 33-30?
Yeah, 33-30.
Yeah, I did not watch one bit of that game. I don't know. To be honest, I forgot it was on.
I was excited to turn on only because I've been to the Hall of Fame. So I kind of knew. I was like, oh, I know where that is, and sat there and like all kinds of stuff. But it's preseason. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I couldn't even tell you who went into the Hall of Fame outside of Drew Brees and Luke Kuechly.
Oh, really?
Oh, and Vinatieri.
And Roger Craig.
Okay. He deserves it. That's
I think Larry Fitzgerald, I think, was another one. Or no?
Yes, I believe you are correct.
Yeah. Brees, Fitzgerald, Kuechly, Vinatieri, and then Roger Craig was like the senior
nice.
person.
Roger Craig had a really good career with the Niners.
He did. He was really good.
Oh,
First NFL running back that had 1,000 yards rushing and receiving in a single season.
Yeah.
He was Marshall Faulk before Marshall Faulk.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
And LaDainian Tomlinson and all those, dual threat.
Yeah, 100%. I remember the backfield was him and Wendell Tyler.
Man, you're getting old.
For a long time, I know. With Joe Montana at quarterback.
Tom Rathman is their fullback.
Yes, I remember Tom. And let's see, receivers, obviously Jerry Rice. There was some Dwight Clark, John Taylor. So, yeah. No, obviously the Niners were good. They won, 4 Super Bowls?
I'm not sure how many, but they were dominant in the 80s, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. And then when Montana left and went to Kansas City, they brought in Steve Young, and he was every bit as good.
So next year for the Hall of Fame, we've got, here's who's eligible as first-year candidates.
Okay.
Le'Veon Bell, Brandon Brooks, Antonio Brown, Rob Gronkowski, Joe Hayden, Dante Hightower, Malcolm Jenkins, Ryan Kerrigan, Alex Mack, Gerald McCoy, Cam Newton, Adrian Peterson, Ben Roethlisberger, Richard Sherman, Eric Weddle, and Andre Whitworth.
Okay, how many of those guys do you think are Hall of Fame worthy?
McSlam dunks?
Yeah, I think Gronkowski for sure.
I think Gronk and Adrian Peterson.
Gronk, Adrian Peterson. I'm going to say Ben Roethlisberger only because, the guy won 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, but I don't. Is winning multiple Super Bowls enough to get into the Hall of Fame?
Well, if your name's Eli Manning, it's not.
Right.
Ben was pretty good though for a long time.
Remember, Eli's back on the ballot as well.
He should be.
Do you take Eli over Ben Roethlisberger?
I think their careers are very comparable.
Yeah, because you've got Willie Anderson, Bill Belichick, Jari Evans, Frank Gore, Torry Holt, Robert Kraft, Eli Manning, Terrell Suggs, Reggie Wayne, Kevin Williams, Jason Witten, Darren Woodson, and Marshall Yanda are all coming back. I don't know why they're mixing Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft in here, but some of those players, Torry Holt's
long overdue. I always said if you're going to put Isaac Bruce in the Hall of Fame, you need to put Torry Holt in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. I feel like Jason Witten belongs. Jason
Witten for sure. You said Reggie Wayne.
Reggie Wayne, yep.
Yeah, I could see that. But as far as first ballot, I'm sorry. Gronkowski, I think, is first ballot. That guy, he was the ultimate mismatch. Nobody could defend him. Won Super Bowls with two different teams.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially retired and then came back and won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, just pulled up into the bay on a party boat, stepped on the field.
Yeah. So, yeah, next year's class is going to be loaded, however it's put together.
Yeah. I'm looking at some of the others that are returning here. Rodney Harrison.
Okay.
No. Hines Ward.
Yeah.
How many get in? Is it a certain number? Or is it like a certain threshold of votes? I can't remember.
I think, what is it? I think the max on the class is 7. And I can't remember if one of those has to be like a senior guy.
I think there is like an exception for the senior one.
Okay. You said Belichick's on the list again?
Belichick's on the list for this coming year again.
Yeah, I don't understand why he didn't make it the first time.
There seems something there. I guess being grumpy doesn't win you a lot of fans, even though you win a lot of games.
Yeah, and and I know he's got an obnoxious 29-year-old girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah, totally screwing up North Carolina.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't think coaches and players should be mixed together either, though.
No, probably not.
I don't know. I guess of all the players that are left, we can ask FOJ AI who they think belongs in the NFL Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right. I'll send it on a little search query and we'll figure out what it thinks.
Because I think you could make a case for more than 7 guys.
Yeah. Well, certain years for sure.
Yeah.
Thinking long and hard here.
That was a lot to put into consideration.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to say something and I kept thinking, so we'll see.
Even he can't decide.
Yeah, this is how hard it is. Even AI has a difficult time deciding.
That's right.
Okay, well, buggy.
Maybe
it says it's speaking, but I'm not hearing anything, and I'm not seeing anything.
I don't hear anything either.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe there's smoke coming out of his ears because he can't together.
Don't make me choose, Jeff.
That's right. Right.
Oh, yeah. Well, it certainly wants to keep on going here, so I might end up having to shut it down.
Yeah. Well,
all right, Danny, another bug here for you.
Yeah, there you go. Well, it just goes to show, we witnessed a lot of good football players in the past, 15, 20 years.
A lot of good football players, but I think you can say that really for any, era as you go along.
Yeah, you probably could.
And this is the, it's not the same game it was when I was, back in the day, right? That kind of thing.
No. I think for a while it was like it was an aired out passing game, and then it went down to just a strict running game, and then it was West Coast offense game, and then a little of both, and then then the passing game came back with Kurt Warner and the Rams, and then it just kind of goes in all different directions sometimes.
Yeah. Well,
like right now, I think it's a passing game.
Yeah, I mean those are different eras, right? It's the West Coast offense. For a while there, it was build a strong defense and just hang on offense.
Right.
Now it's 13 personnel, right? 3 tight ends.
Uh-huh.
FOJ AI says Torry Holt is the strongest case there. He's the only one from the greatest show on turf not to be there. And
Yeah.
he had 8 straight 1,000-yard seasons and 6 straight 1,300-yard seasons.
Yeah. No, I think that's a no-brainer.
Yeah. So he was a little slow, and he also didn't ever say anything, but at least I got a response eventually.
Yeah, no, I would agree with FOJ AI on that one. Torry Holt for sure. So,
all right. So we talked bears, we talked 3D printing. You said you saw something, and you wanted to ask me questions or something around it.
So I watched the documentary, the latest, and there's been a few of them that have come out lately, but I watched the latest documentary movie about Michael Jackson. And it's kind of the evolution of his actual career. Didn't cover any of the allegations of, abuse or any of that stuff. It kind of covered his musical heyday and stuff. And it was actually recommended to me by Justin. Him and his girlfriend watched it a little bit ago, and we watched it last night. And the debate came about between Justin and my dad. Who was bigger at the time of their heyday? And I'm going to ask you this because I know who I think. But who was bigger, Michael Jackson in his heyday or the Beatles in their heyday?
Oh,
because my dad argued the Beatles.
And the Beatles were...
Obviously, that's when, he was a teenager and all that stuff was when they got going. And then, Justin argued Michael Jackson because that's the one he's most recently familiar with.
Well, we're talking, two significantly different eras in human history.
Right.
The Beatles were probably the first, global phenomenon.
Yeah, they were what, mid-60s? Does that sound about right? Yeah. And Michael Jackson was at his peak, and I think it was 83 when Thriller came out.
Yeah. But let's go back to let's look at it from the Beatles perspective. Who else did that before they did?
Nobody.
They were the first global phenomenon where they could literally go anywhere in the world and tour and sell out.
Yeah.
They didn't have the advantage of social media to amplify messaging. So it was all either word of mouth, right? Or radio stations, right? Things like that. Now they had I would say they probably had a shorter limelight maybe, but it was pretty damn brilliant.
They also put out many more albums. They put out a record every year for the longest time. Whereas Michael Jackson obviously was in the band with his brothers for a bit and then, headed out for a solo career. But they also, the Beatles didn't have the benefit of MTV. They, there were no music videos back then. And Michael Jackson kind of came in when that started, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
The Beatles, what was the big show? The Ed Sullivan Show. That was pretty much it.
And that was the one that, got him going.
Yeah, and the other one that also was the only other, I think, really huge act at that time was Elvis. And you could make the same argument that, his exposure was limited because there just wasn't the mediums to put him on.
Right.
Again, it was the Ed Sullivan Show. And then there was essentially the radio, and that was it. But I will tell you this. The Beatles outsold the Beatles' entire catalog. Now, granted, they had they made a lot more music than Michael Jackson did, but their catalog outsold Michael Jackson's catalog by 180 million albums.
You're talking about album sales across all of
album
their
sales
albums
across
compared.
their entire career. The Beatles sold over 520 million records or albums, however you want to call it. And Michael Jackson sold over 340.
That's a lot of albums regardless, but
it's a lot of albums. Yeah, that's a
is
lot.
That just the nature of the game back then? Meaning people were buying more albums, back in the 60s?
Maybe because that was probably the only way you could listen.
To get it. Yeah. Either that or the radio.
Right.
And you could, I think, touring was probably a big deal, but just the availability of the music wasn't as strong.
Yeah, that's kind of.
I mean, Jackson was before Kaza and Limelight and all the file sharing stuff, Napsters.
Yeah, but he was still in his big time heyday when CDs came alive.
Yeah,
when CDs came about, and obviously cassette tapes, and he was on the tail end of records and 8-tracks and all that. And again, once MTV hit, anybody who was anybody who had cable could watch Michael Jackson. So
yeah, the availability was just there.
Yeah. But yeah, the Beatles, Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley, in that order, are the 3 top selling artists of all time.
I mean, it's kind of hard to argue against any of those, I guess. But Elvis, I think, was pretty... I don't know how worldwide Elvis was. I mean, I know he was popular, but for some reason, he kind of strikes me as like a mostly U.S. kind of fan.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe Japan, because they like a lot of the karaoke stuff there. I know there's like a lot of like Japanese Elvis. I'm seriously, like, it's a thing.
Nice. Yeah, because he was more mid to late 60s? Because wasn't he big? He avoided the draft somehow?
Yeah, he avoided the draft. He was like mid 50s to like mid 70s. There was like a 20-something year run.
Okay. Wow. So yeah, so it was actually really good. Michael Jackson was actually played by his nephew. It was one of the sons of Jermaine Jackson. And it was pretty accurate. I mean, I don't know how much of the sound was altered, to make him sound like him, but I mean, the guy could dance like him, the guy could sing like him, he talks like him. Really weird dude.
Yeah. Oh, like talented.
Yeah.
How about this? In the years 1964 to 1970, okay, so that, like, let's call it like that 5-6 year period. You could have seen the Beatles, Michael Jackson, and Elvis Presley.
Wow.
And Elton John at the same time.
So the Jackson 5 were around in 1970. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just thinking like Michael Jackson was around, so it would have been like around that
it
timeline.
had to have been with the Jackson 5.
Right.
Wow.
You could have seen any of them. And if you wait a little bit, like 68, 69, 70, you could have seen Led Zeppelin at the same time as well.
You also could have seen the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
So I just told you, Jeff,
that
the Beatles, Michael Jackson, and Elvis Presley were the top 3. I have the top 25 sitting here. I'm not going to ask you to name all the rest of the 25, but I'm going to see if you can name the rest of the top 10.
And this is based on album sales?
Total album sales over the course of their own individual career.
Now, how would I describe this? Because I think there's like sometimes controversy around album sales and like being able to certify it.
This is just strictly album sales.
Okay.
And I can tell you have heard of all the remaining 7 of these artists.
Okay. So Beatles, Jackson, Presley. Elton John's got to be up there.
He's number 12.
Okay. Queen?
Queen is number 4.
Madonna?
Madonna is number 6.
Led Zeppelin?
Led Zeppelin is number 13, so no.
Pink Floyd?
Pink Floyd is number 8.
Okay. What does that leave me with? What do I have left?
You have 5, 7, 9, and 10. And one of them I just said not too long ago.
I don't know what you just said. Are these modern artists in this mix?
One of them
like
is
Taylor
modern
Swift.
Taylor Swift is the one that's the modern artist now. Let's see. The other 2 were big. One of them was bigger, probably a little earlier than even the Beatles, and probably around the same time. One was a group that I mentioned just a minute ago.
You mentioned the Stones.
I did mention the Stones, so that's them. Sorry, so we got 9 and 10 coming up. So they're both individual guys, and they could be further from each other as far as genre than humanly possible.
Eminem.
Eminem is number 10. Now let's see. This is a guy, and I'm gonna give you the clue. When you think of Las Vegas, think of the guy who performed in Vegas a lot.
Yeah, Tom Jones.
No,
not Tom Jones. What style of music?
All I'm gonna say is Rat Pack.
Oh, Frank Sinatra?
Yes.
Really?
Yep, he is number 9.
Number 9 all time in album sales.
All time album sales.
Wow. See, that's one I needed hints on because I would never suspect he would be. I could think of 100 other artists. Where's Metallica on that list?
Yeah, I'll go through the rest of the list just for kicks. So 11 is AC/DC, 12 is Elton John, 13 is Led Zeppelin, 14 is U2, 15 is Celine Dion, 16 is Drake, 17 is Mariah Carey, 18 is Rod Stewart, which shocked me. 19 is Metallica, 20 is the Eagles, 21 is Eric Clapton, 22 is ABBA, 23 is Bruce Springsteen, 24 is the Bee Gees, and 25 is Bon Jovi.
Good for Bon Jovi. Making the list.
So that
he's
list
still putting out music.
Yeah, they are. That list kind of sprays to all fields.
Yeah, no kidding. No Stead States? I'm disappointed.
Well, I don't know. Where are you at? Number one.
I can tell you where I'm not at. I'm not on any musical artist list.
Are you in the millions?
And not even close. I'm surprised every week I get an email that says how many streams you got on both Spotify and Apple Music. Nobody listens on Apple Music. And I get maybe one every couple of weeks on Spotify.
Really?
Which frankly is more than I would thought because I've done zero promotion. Nobody knows about it. It's just for whatever reason, the algorithm picks it up.
Well, how many total views do you have?
I don't know, actually. Let me look and see if I can.
I forget how many tracks you have.
It's 10, I think.
Okay.
And there's a big crackdown on AI music stuff kind of coming down. So
yeah, but you're not selling it. You're not trying to make any profit, any money off it. So I can't.
I tell you, I definitely am not.
And no, I know that. Maybe you should use your 3D printer to
there you go.
A logo for Stead States.
So Stead States has 0 listeners, 0 streams, and 2 followers in the last 7 days. So I'm not sure where those 2 followers came from. That's on Spotify.
Okay.
Let's see. All time doesn't give me a total, but my biggest track is Colonel Panic with 20 streams.
Okay.
It seems like most people listen to the entire album, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
So
well, that's good because once you get them, you keep them.
Yeah, they listen to the entire thing. So 159 all-time streams since January. But most of that happened within the first couple of days, it looks like. So I'm not sure, but who knows?
It's better than nothing.
It is. Other listeners' playlists makes up half of the listens.
Oh, there you go.
So somebody's added this stuff to their.
There you go.
To their playlist. So hey, shout out to the super fans that dig my electronic industrial music, the AI assisted music.
Yeah, the Stead States diehards.
Yeah, I haven't worked on that in a while, and the landscape keeps shifting on it and make it harder and harder for AI music to make any sort of dent in things. So I don't know if it'll stick with it. At some point, the album might just disappear completely.
Yeah, because I'm sure some people are trying to profit off it somehow.
It's huge. It's a huge problem for all of the music streaming services because it's so easy to create that people are just dumping literally millions of tracks into Spotify and Apple. And this is storage space that they have to do to keep up with all the stuff. And it's just crap. A lot of it.
Yeah, this probably makes the Napster problem they had years ago look like nothing.
Yeah. So all the AI musics and all the distributors are adding in controls and things like that to make it more visible that a track might be AI of some sort, whether it's fully AI or AI assisted is kind of up for debate. But a lot of the music streaming services are just basically banning it. They just don't want it anymore.
Sure.
Which I agree with. There probably is a space for both, human real artists, as I'll call them, and the wannabes, as we were I'd probably say, like, for the people who just like what they like, and they're not musically inclined, but they've found a way to create something that they like. Whether or not the rest of the world should hear it, that's a totally different question to ask.
Yeah, I think you should be able to make it, if you like a certain thing, you should be able to create something for yourself. But yeah, I think publishing something like that and putting it out there, yeah, I think that would piss people off, or at least piss the artists off who are actually creative and make this stuff out of thin air.
Well, especially when you try to hide it too. Like, if it's a little bit of like stolen valor with the regards of, did you make this or did AI make it? And what percentage of that mix exists?
Well, yeah, because that's what artists think they're competing against for both people's dollars and people's time and people's attention. So,
and you can't keep up with the how quickly it takes to create a track. If you don't put any care into it, if you just said, if you went into studio and said, give me a track like this, it will absolutely generate it. It'll be ready in about 3 minutes, and it will be, derivative of everything that's come before it. Is it unique? Yes, but it's not new, if that makes sense.
No, it does. I'll tell you what, I will always choose something created by somebody live. Live music, I think, is just people who play live music, I think are amazing.
I'm envious of people who can play any instrument.
Oh,
I can't do it. I have not put in the time or the effort to learn it, and I don't know if I ever will. And that's fine.
Yeah. It's just watching people up close play the guitar and watching their fingers move, the way they move, and the way they're able to pluck and then to try and sing a song on top of that.
Oh yeah,
I'm sorry, it's amazing, and people will say that, hey, if you practice it enough, it becomes easy, but I mean, it's got to take forever to get there, and I personally, I don't have the patience and the time to do that kind of thing. But yeah, I think musicians are amazing. Like, we go to music in the park a lot, like weekly up here. And even these people who are in these cover bands that don't even play original music of their own, just learning the songs and learning the beats and learning the sounds and all the notes and stuff. It's amazing what these people are able to do. And these are people who have jobs and have careers, and they do this shit in their spare time. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like I said, I'm envious, jealous, whatever word you want to use. I appreciate it. I think there's room for both, but I don't, as of right now, I'm kind of on the fence of I don't think it's art if even, 20% of a track is, in quotes, AI,
I think you're 100% right.
But I still think there's a place for it. Like, people like what they want. I do think AI music is the future for a lot of people. And I can see a world where, Pandora essentially is personalized for everybody's taste. And, that's how that worked, right? It was a music genome project. It was, I like these artists and make me, I want to play songs like that, right? It enabled discovery. At some point, it's going to be, generate music on the fly with things that you like.
Now, do you think there's a world where, and this would fit in, like, people who create and stuff like that, but they kind of use AI as part of it?
Yes.
Like, hey, I'm a guitar player, but I can't find a drummer. I need to create a drum beat, and AI, comes up with that. Or, hey, I'm a singer, but I need a band behind me, and I can't, I just don't have anybody. Can I generate an AI band to play the music while I sing? Is there room for that? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's actually been there for a while. Apple actually has this in their entire music suite of, like, smart drummer, smart guitar, right? Things like that, where they're meant to be like accompanying artists, or, accompanying, not artists, but instruments to the main arrangement that you're doing. Doesn't mean that it's, anything. It's not doing any sort of like creation. It's just loops essentially that's doing. But I absolutely think that, like, at some point, someone will figure out, a novel way to incorporate all of these tools into art of some sort. I think there is already the debate on whether it is art or not. if you create using AI, but I think we'll start to figure out what that looks like over the next, several years. I think the same argument could have been made for, well, is art with a pencil any better than art with a pen or a paintbrush? Caveman drawings, is that art? They didn't have all these tools, right? We always have new technology means new forms of art.
Well, you know this. All AI has to be fed, right? So you got to feed it give it the right direction and you have to tell it the right stuff to create the sounds that you're looking for. So I think that's art for sure.
I don't know if it's so much art as it is understanding the system to get the output that you want. I think right now it requires still some skill to kind of know how these, AIs think and how to craft your prompt to get what you want.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But I think that gets significantly easier over time.
Probably. It's probably a lot easier than, like you said, creating it on your own, but you still have to give it the right information.
Yeah, but if it doesn't have the information to begin with, I don't know if it would come up with it on its own.
Yeah, maybe not.
A lot of these, a lot of the AIs, they're trained on media that already exists. Uh-huh. That's like the big, thing around AI music is, they've basically, the claim is that they have listened and scraped all this music from YouTube and Spotify and all these other sources, absorbed it and become, the musician with flawless recall of every song ever made. Like that's what it is.
Yeah, sure.
And then it's like, okay, well, let me take a little bit of Elvis and a little bit of Michael Jackson and a little bit of the top 25 artists and let me come up with a track that appeals to, the demo of 18 to 40, right? And all of this is data that feeds into it. And can you make a popular track? Yeah, absolutely. But once you tell people that AI did it, there's a visceral reaction of, oh, I don't like that. And I get it.
Speaking of creating music that you really like that's specific to you, I was out in the yard the other day, working in the yard, and I had my playlist going, and all of a sudden, I don't even know where it came from, but it was some remix of Firestarter by Prodigy. Man, talking about turn the volume up and get going.
How deep have you gone into Prodigy's catalog?
Pretty deep. After I heard that, I'm like, okay, there's some other stuff in there. They have some good stuff.
They're one I didn't really discover until later. I mean, obviously, I think everybody knows the hits, right? Firestarter, Breathe, Smack My Bitch Up.
Yeah.
Out of Space is fantastic. I didn't really discover that until later on. That's actually before all those tracks came out. Voodoo People, another one that came out before, Smack My Bitch Up and Breathe and Firestarter.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they make some music that gets you moving.
Yep. And now, that's the kind of style that I'm into right now. Is sort of again, that, EDM mix of industrial and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Gravity Kills and 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah, I've always loved 9 Inch Nails and Gravity Kills and that kind of stuff. But I'll tell you what, after, you're going to laugh, but after spending that time at Lollapalooza at that stage, listening to that kind of stuff, I was like, you know what? This is good.
Hey, man. Awesome.
I know.
I love it.
Hey,
I mean, whatever you can discover new music and a new track, that's the best day ever.
Oh, man. And sometimes you're like, where have I been?
Exactly.
This has been around for a long time.
Yeah. Look, I remember sitting in Denise's car, her red Ford, whatever the fuck that was, and her putting on a Beatles, it might have been a tape. Maybe at the time, I don't know. Maybe it was a CD. Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck is this? This is shitty, right? And 35 years later, I'm like, oh, okay, now I get it.
Yeah, right?
I might be, as Sansa Stark once said, I might be slow to learn, but I do learn.
There you go.
But yeah, there's all kinds of stuff that's out there. Have you heard the new album by 9 Inch Noise? It's 9 Inch Nails, and I think it's Boys Noise.
No.
It's I don't want to say it's a remix, but it's a re-envisioning of several 9 Inch Nails tracks. And it's very heavy, industrial / EDM.
So this is actual 9 Inch Nails.
Yes.
Like Trent Reznor.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a collaboration between Nine Inch Nails and Boys Noise, which is some DJ guy. They worked together on the Tron, at least one of the Tron soundtracks.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check that out for sure.
Yeah. And, there's, I think they did a basically a remix of Closer, Heresy, and the one that's been really in my mind and listening to a lot is Vessel. And what's the other one? I got to look it up here real quick. She's Gone Away.
Okay.
I mean, kick-ass stuff. Very different from the other stuff, but still close enough to the original that's like, okay, yeah, I like this version of it.
I think Trent Reznor's a musical genius, man.
That dude is so talented, dude. And, he's kind of like the person that I could see taking this whole AI music and doing something with it.
Yeah.
That's like, okay, now I get it. The same way, the synthesizer, several years ago, well, it's not really music because it's just an electronic thing putting out pitches and tones. Okay, well, guess what? Sure as hell turned into an instrument for a lot of people.
Yeah, well, I mean, if Trent Reznor put his name on it, then it would be respected, right?
Yeah. Yeah, check out Nine Inch Noise. It's a great album. It's kind of in that same vein of like industrial Nine Inch Nails meets sort of EDM.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm excited. There's so much to discover in that area.
Yeah, no, I always liked it, I think, because I like anything with a beat. Yeah. I like anything that gets you that, and that's probably why I don't get into country that much, because I don't know, I find it kind of boring and it just doesn't hold my interest that much. There's some country songs out there that I think are okay. I don't know. I've always been, I need a loud guitar, I need drums, and I need rhythm. And I feel like a lot of country doesn't have that.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I feel that way a lot of pop music too. Like I get that Taylor Swift is talented, but I really don't care about any of her music.
No, I don't either. But there's something about, just something with a beat that gets me going.
Yeah. Trying to think of other suggestions if you're into that sort of an industrial / EDM. Hyper is another good one. Hyper. He's got some good stuff. Gesaffelstein is a little bit of a kind of a crossover between like EDM and EBM, which is electronic body music, not dance music.
Oh,
yeah. He's got some good stuff. Julia, and it's spelled with V, so JVLIAH has some good stuff.
Okay,
like these are ones that I just they come up on the discovery part where it's like, yeah, these are not like well-known artists, right? Things like that.
Yeah.
But they're all, beats, and, part of the draw is that it's repetitive.
Yeah.
At least for me.
Yeah. It's like something that sounds good,
Yeah. Good driving music, especially when you're driving around the mountains here and, white knuckling it through hairpin turns going up and down hills with just a tiny little guardrail separating you from a little bit of a drop off.
I like listening to that stuff when I'm like cutting the yard or, working in the back or just working outside. It helps me forget about what I'm doing, because I'm more focused on the music than actually what I'm doing and what a pain in the ass it is.
I will fall asleep to that stuff.
Yeah, no, I
mean, I'll crank it, and my I've fallen asleep a couple times, to Nine Inch Noise and Dead Mouse and Justice and Daft Punk. Like, I don't need sleepy music to fall asleep, if that makes sense.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I have fallen asleep watching stuff on my phone, YouTube or whatever a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I fall asleep to whatever. It doesn't matter. If I'm tired enough, I'm
out. We're recording Monday. Normally we record on a Sunday, but that's because I had fun last night.
Oh yeah. You saw John Mulaney.
I did. He came to Asheville and had an amazing show. He's so good as a stand-up. I'm convinced that the best stand-ups are the best storytellers in the world.
Oh, for sure.
And man, he went, so, it was kind of a last minute thing. There were only a couple tickets left and we're kind of on the fence. I thought we were going, and my wife hadn't gotten tickets yet and was kind of like, are we going or not? I was like, yeah, I thought we were. And so we got $96 tickets.
Okay.
And went and saw him, sat sort of up on the balcony off to the side, decent seats. And 2 hours. He had 2 openers. I don't remember their names, but they were both really good. They were only on for maybe 15 minutes each. And then he went on for 90 minutes.
Really?
Which was, 30 minutes longer than I was kind of expecting. Usually like an hour is kind of where they're at. And just absolutely crushed it the entire time.
He's a member of the SNL Five Timers Club, I believe.
Yes, he is. He also was a writer there. He's one of the brains behind the Stefan sketches.
Yeah.
Which might be my all-time favorite sketches. He's such a good storyteller, and a lot of really good stories and sort of setups. And if you've heard John Mulaney, this might be among the best stuff that he's done.
I have.
And he's got good stuff already. This one is really good.
John Mulaney, I'm sure it's probably you probably find a lot of him on YouTube. So
yeah.
I've heard his stand up in the past. It is pretty good. I always enjoyed him on SNL and all that kind of thing. So yeah, no, I like John Mulaney.
Yeah, he's definitely not like an unknown, but
no.
There are some people who think maybe just aren't aware of him. But yeah, check it out, John Mulaney. He's got some good bits. I have recreated one of his bits, which is him going. So he's actually from Chicago area, and so he's kind of a hometown guy as well. But he has a bit where he went to a restaurant or something, and you just have to listen to the bit to kind of get the full effect. But the idea was, they put money into a jukebox, him and a friend, when they were kids, and they played Tom Jones' What's New Pussycat like 10 times in a row. And everyone in the restaurant's like, what the hell is going on? And it's like, the way he describes it, like, it's one of those songs that like, you're not quite sure that it's over. And then it like comes back and you're never sure where you are in the song when you pick it up. And at some point, just people kind of go crazy hearing the same song over and over again. And I actually replicated that at the Wild Onion in Barrington. One of our last meals before we left the state, and they had one of those remote jukeboxes that you could, do. And so I popped in like $10 worth of What's New Pussycat into this tiny little like bar. There was probably 8 people in it. And I was just laughing. My wife was not too happy with it, but I think she enjoyed it nonetheless. And, just kind of observing and seeing what happened. And I think it was after 3 or 4 times they noticed that it was the same thing. And someone walks over to like the machine on the wall, and I was like, what's going on with this thing? And they ended up kind of resetting it. And it was kind of a whole thing that people were getting perturbed. And I found such joy in that of just, subtly hacking, the bar to some degree.
But they never knew that you were the guy.
They never knew. They never found out. We sat there, ate our dinner, and just kind of observed and made for an exit. I have not done it since. I've been tempted. There's only really been one chance, and I think it was a couple weekends ago, and decided not to go for it. But if I do see one of those remote, jukeboxes, it always comes to mind is, I wonder if I can pull that off here.
That's funny.
But it's a good bit. I mean, you kind of have to like listen to his. He's the originator of the idea, but that was my little homage to that.
Yeah,
my goodbye to Barrington was, loading up their jukebox with like 15 plays worth of that one song.
Nice.
Yeah. What else we got?
Not got much else, man. I mean, obviously baseball's winding down. We got about a little over a month and a half to go as far as pennant races go. Sox had a good week. Cubs had a good week. They're both most likely playoff bound unless one of them collapses. I think some people thought the Sox were starting to collapse when they got swept by Boston and then lost the first game to Cleveland, but they beat Cleveland Saturday and Sunday, which put them back up by 4 games over the Guardians and the Twins. The Tigers have now moved into second place at 3.5 back, but the Sox are still in good shape. And then the Cubs, even though they're 5.5 behind Milwaukee, they're 6 games ahead in the wild card above everybody else. So Sox have 45 games to go. The Cubs have 43 games to go. I think they both get there, which will make for what could be an exciting October here in Chicago. So that'll be cool. I think that'll be the first time I think they both made the playoffs in 2020 during the COVID season, but I think prior to that, I can't even remember when both teams made the playoffs after a full season. So could be an exciting time coming up for baseball too. Once the Bears get going, the baseball could still be relevant around here. So that'd be cool.
That would be weird. Can you imagine a Cubs-Sox World Series?
Oh, years ago, I forget what year it was, but I remember when the Yankees played the Mets in the World Series, and that was pretty wild. And I always thought, God, I wonder what it would be like if the Cubs and the Sox played the World Series. Now, it has happened. It happened back in like 1906, but back then there were only 8 teams in all of baseball, and 2 of them happened to play in Chicago. So it happened a couple of times. But if that happened now, I don't think the city would know what to do with itself. I think it would be absolute bananas everywhere around here. So I don't think the Sox are quite there yet to be a World Series contender. I do think the Cubs could be with the trades that they made, but we'll see. We'll see. They're both playing pretty good baseball right now, so that's exciting that it's middle of August and they're both still right in the thick of it. So
yeah, kind of a bummer that the Cubs are doing so well, and yet you got the Brewers. They're still blowing away.
Brewers are they're so good, man. And I mean, it's not like they have a real star on that team. They're just solid all the way around.
Are they Moneyball?
Maybe a little bit. I mean, they probably have one of the top 2 or 3 pitchers in all of baseball, but it's one guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they just have a bunch of guys who are very, very good.
I mean, if that's the antidote, right? I don't know what their salary looks like, but if that's the antidote to the Dodgers and the shenanigans they're playing with, payrolls.
Well, the Dodgers have lost going into tonight. I don't know if they played tonight, but they'd lost like 8 out of 9.
Yeah, they're 2-8 in their last 10.
Yeah, it hasn't looked good for a little bit. So, they need to right the ship. So, I mean, they're still, I think they're still like 7 or 8 games ahead in their division, but, they were like 13 games ahead in their division, and, the Diamondbacks have almost cut that in half. So they need to kind of get it together. I don't think there's any danger of them not making the playoffs or anything, but I mean, obviously you want to go into the playoffs riding a high. So
just make the playoffs. That's all you got to do.
All you got to do is get in.
Yep.
Just get into the dance. That's it.
That's it.
But yeah, man, other than that, hey, we're waiting for football. We're anxiously awaiting hockey. Bulls, we'll see. But,
I almost made a tragic mistake in scheduling a trip to Austin the same weekend of, I think it's the opening week of the NFL. It's like, what is it? September 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost scheduled a trip to go to a A&M, and somebody's playing them like a tailgate thing for work. And I was like, oh, shit, I'm not going to that. I'm staying home and I'm going to watch the NFL, and then I'm going to fly out to Chicago and be at that conference. But
hey, there you go.
Yeah, so I'll be in Chicago for Monday Night Football. I think it's the opening week, but I'm not missing the Bears on a Sunday to start the season.
Yeah, you can't miss out on Bears Carolina. Come on.
Yeah, week 1 is September 9th to 15th, and I will be in Chicago the 14th and 15th and 16th.
Nice.
I'll be downtown. I'm speaking again at a conference, or at least I'm being interviewed for a fireside chat with no fire.
Well, Jeff, come on, man. You always bring that.
Yeah, I'll bring my tablet and have a little fireplace in between us.
There you go. Well, here, why don't you 3D print something and bring it with you?
Ooh. I got to think of something to 3D print.
3D print a Bears football and bring that to the conference.
All right.
And it can even be like a mini football.
You come to the conference, and I will see what I can do to make that happen. I'll even get you in for free.
Okay. Where's it at?
I'll have to find the details on it. It's downtown Chicago somewhere.
What day of the week is it?
It's a Tuesday.
I might be able to swing part of that. Yeah, let me know where it is. Give
All
me
right.
the details, and you can throw the football to me in the audience.
Yeah, it's at the Chicago Marriott Magnificent Mile.
Okay. Mag Mile. Cool.
Michigan Avenue. Oh, look at that.
Give me
I'm even on the homepage as a featured speaker.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, text me the details and I'll see if I can make it work.
All right. I think we'll probably do like I know we're going to do like an industry nerd gathering of people to do like a social beer event that night.
I can fit in with the nerds.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, you know what? I could say, hey, I know that guy. I've known that guy longer than any of you. How about
we
that?
can walk around and who knows? Next thing you know, you'll be in my industry. Wow. Apparently, I'm not going on stage until 4:00.
Oh, well, then I'd probably definitely be able to check it out.
Yeah, right now, I mean, things change, but right now I'm scheduled for 3:55 to 4:15, so a 20-minute fireside chat.
Yeah, I actually might be able to do that.
All right. I will send you the link and let me know, and I can send you a code to get in for free.
Put me on the list.
All right. You can just pretend.
I'll just nod and laugh when everybody else laughs.
Yeah, and the dozens of other people that are there.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Well, I'm done with you.
Yeah, that's all I got, dude.
Yeah. I'm going to give FOJ AI a failing grade for today only because it was only called upon a couple times and it shit the bed on one of them. But the concept is sound. I'm going to give it one last chance, to get the last word. So FOJ AI, what is the last word that you want to give based on this episode?
A failing grade stings, sir, but I'll take it on the chin. In my defense, one shaky answer out of a night covering Bears injuries, quarterback money, and a Hall of Fame ballot is a decent completion percentage. Better than Caleb's projected one drive against Cleveland, allegedly. Last word, Cubs and Sox both in the playoffs for the first time since that empty stadium 2020 season would be the most Chicago thing imaginable. So let's circle back in October and see if I've earned my spot back on the roster.
All right, that's fair.
Fair enough.
Made a comeback at the end. We'll keep you around for another week.
Sounds good.
All right, man. I will talk to you later and I'll text you the details.
All right, sounds good. Talk to you there.
See ya.